Hi there. My name is Nikki Jacoby. I'm the sole proprietor of the Live Oak LifeLine in North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina. I am also a certified LifeLine practitioner, trained under Dr. Darren Weissman of the LifeLine technique. I am here to tell you a story. We're going viral with this story because there are so many, but this one really is worth sharing. A dear, dear friend of mine came to me just over a month ago. She was in a very, very dark place in her life. She's going to tell you her story in a minute. I don't want to tell you all the details. But I can tell you that this beautiful, beautiful woman has made some of the biggest transformations I've ever seen in the years of practice that I've been in. It is with great honor and great pleasure that I introduce to you Jenny.
In my mind, I'm going to Carolina.
My name is Jenny, and I was born June 2nd, 1979, and I died on May the 10th, 2014, and this is my story. For years, I have suffered from what was diagnosed as anxiety and depression. I believed the doctors. I had been labeled, and I was sad on the inside, so it must be true. I had worked for 13 years as a legal assistant for the district attorney. As a legal assistant, I was obligated to the public to help victims of crime. I was to help be the voice of the people that could or could not speak for themselves in a court of law, to help them have a voice of some type of justice for what had been wrongfully done to them. After the years went by, I realized that I was nothing more than an ear that would listen, an eye that would cry, and heart that would break with their pain. There is no justice for those on the other side. I would leave work every day in search of my next drink of choice for the night, something to stop the feeling of sadness, something to stop the stories, something to numb me. Those crimes didn't happen to me, but they just as well have. All of them.
When you break, it's too late for you to fall apart. And the blame that you claim is all your own fault. And you've been crying now for forever.
In May of 2014, I got really depressed. The bed that you just saw prior to me speaking was the bed that I laid in for 10 days. My 13-year-old son came to me one day and asked what was wrong, and I told him that I was sick and that he could just leave me alone. And he told me, he said, "Mom, if you're sick, you need to go to the doctor." I called 12 psychiatrists. I had one that called me back and asked me if I was in any danger of hurting myself, which I told her no, and she said, "Then I can see you in July." And I was like, okay, I'll just put this on hold. The next person that called me back told me that he could come and meet with me in my home. And mind you, I had been in bed for 10 days with a 13-year-old running loose in the house. So I'm sure you can imagine how clean the house was. The dishes, the laundry. No, you're not coming in my house. I called a girlfriend of mine and I told her what was going on. And I asked her, what do I do? I've never experienced any of this, and I don't know who to call, and I don't know anything about this. And she said that we had a mutual friend and that I needed to call Nikki Jacoby. Her number, you can call her. She said, but be prepared. She said, it's probably not going to be what you're expecting. Just keep an open mind. And I called Nikki and I told her a little bit what was going on, that I was sad and I wanted to talk to somebody. And she told me, she said, I'm right here. I can talk to you right now. And we spent an hour and a half on the telephone together. I had my first LifeLine, which was kind of strange for me because I'm not used to that. She was speaking of things I had never heard of, you know, your chakras and everything else. I just didn't deal with that stuff. I didn't know anything about it. And after the first LifeLine, I was a little better, but not completely better. I had a long journey to go. And we set an appointment to come in and speak on Tuesday, I think it was, of the next week, and that was a Friday. And on Tuesday, I came in and we did the LifeLine, and we talked a little bit about human design. we did the LifeLine, and she stood up and she started going over my body, and she was telling me all the things that were wrong with me, my sinuses and my knees, and I had not told her any of this, so it was completely, where is this woman getting this from? So she was definitely in there and doing her thing. When she finished the LifeLine, I got really, really hot. And I say that I'm hot as like a hot flash. Like I was sweaty. I was icky. I was like, oh my God, Nikki, I'm so hot. And she was like, that's all the toxins leaving your body. You need to get wet. Within the next 2 days, get your body completely under the water. She gave me some water. I drank all of that water. And then I think I started on the next bottle. I was so thirsty. I left from her office and was completely changed. I was like, there is this whole new world out here. I have hope. I have dreams. I have motivation. I have a future. I felt alive when I left. I didn't want to get in bed anymore. I wanted to get up. I'm happy. I'm love. I'm everything. I'm, bring on the world. I can take it all on.
So let's go to where you are now.
Mm-hmm.
How has your life changed since those 2 lifelines?
How has it not?
So let's start with your physical body. What
Yep.
were the changes that happened in your body?
I've lost 50 pounds.
And how long has that been? Just over a month?
A little over 2 months, yes.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yep. 50 pounds down. I have experienced, well, obviously with the weight loss, there's a lot less pain in my joints. The arthritis has subsided.
Now, you said you were on medications when I first met you.
I was.
Are you on any now?
In the mirror.